So basically with the double bonus, I know that there's a lot of people that are in different spots in their business. So last week before I knew there was double bonus, I had asked Raechel to kind of come on here and talk because, just because like I hit the enrollment button before anybody else doesn't make me an expert about this. I all brought every single one of you on the screen on my team because obviously we had memories built in the past, but I knew that there was something that you could offer my team that maybe I couldn't. Just like with Raechel, she's been in, I'll let her, we'll go into more detail, but she's been in another MLM before and I bought from her before or whatever, but there's something really special about ZYIA that it's not always easy to do, but it's easier for me than other things that were in my life. But I'm obviously working at a different pace than people that joined when I did. There's girls that joined the week that I did that are way ahead of me. And then there's girls that joined the week that I did that are a little bit under me. So I know sometimes I get really stuck on like feeling like I'm not like moving at the pace I want to be because of rank. But rank is a measurable, like when you set goals, rank is measurable, right? Like you either hit the rank or you don't. It's a measurable item that we can do for our SMART goals or whatever. Now, obviously, I want to be focused more on the behaviors and things that come in and out of our lives, like more realistic things than just saying, oh, yeah, Allie, you can get to senior rep, no big deal. Because for some of us, it's easier and for some of it's not. So that's why I want Raechel to kind of talk about her journey because it is a little bit different. And it's a great one. But at the end of it, I just want her to share exactly the things that she's been doing over the last month because they're some of the things that she's been doing the whole time. They're just working. I think I'll let her talk on that. But for me, I've coached her the same way. I think she's just getting a little bit different of results now. So Raechel, obviously, I'll let her tell her story and I'll turn it over to her. And then if you guys have any questions or you guys want to talk about what to do to get to a certain point, then we can talk about that too. And Raechel, you can just unmute yourself.
For sure. All right. So first, I guess I'll just really introduce kind of who I am and then just jump into everything. Like Erica said, she reached out to me, I think it was late it was probably like midnight one night. We were both still, she's like, hey, you want to get on and do some Tuesday training? And it's like, yeah, why the hell not? I'll jump in, I'll do it, go for it. So I know Erica through high school. We played high school soccer together, go Warriors. Whoop, whoop. And as she said, I was in another MLM before, and I still kind of dabble in it, just not as much as I do with ZYIA, and I'll talk a little bit more about why that is in a moment. But she reached out to me one day, almost a year ago, actually, because, I'm like her. I coach soccer, I play soccer. I have 3 daughters. We're very active, and I live in activewear. That's what I live in. I love it. I hate jeans. They're terrible. Don't recommend anybody. But so she kind of knew that, that was already something that I had invested in. So why not take that a step further for me? 1, you can get discounted clothes. 2, they're cute. 3, they're freakishly awesome. So she sent me a bag because I was skeptical. Like I'm sure a lot of you guys were. I was like, okay, whatever. This shit's super expensive. But okay, I'll see what I can do. I got 3 kids to raise and, bills to pay. You want me to pay $80 for a pair of leggings? I can go to Old Navy and get some for $6. Whatever. So anyway, tried them on and game changer. All-star bra, game changer. And that's what I tell all my people that I reach out to. And I'll, talk more about that too as far as reach outs and whatnot. But so anyway, joined in July. I think right off the gate, I did pretty well, because I was excited, I was motivated, and you wanted to hit that junior rep and get that extra bonus because, first 3 months you can get that. And then my life got crazy. I got busy because I went back to work. I'm a high school teacher. Soccer season started back up, and I just kind of lost touch with everything. I was still slightly active. Still reaching out to people, but I just wasn't as involved and engaged as I had been. I finally got 2 recruits under me. I think it was last December, ZYIA ran a special where it was like a discounted sign on. You didn't get as much as far as, in your kit and whatnot. So I had 2 people join me as rep discounted reps. They're like, I like it, but I just wanted a discount. All right, cool, whatever. And then pretty much it stopped for me after that. Like I had months where it was big fat goose eggs, zero, zilch. But Erica still was like, hey, it's not too late. You can still try. Let's keep rolling. She's real supportive. And, in March, when pretty much our whole world changed, like everything just, one minute I was at work, next minute I'm at home teaching my kids, trying to work. And I was like, you know what? Now's a good time for me to really jump in. And for me, I jumped back in because of the community piece. Like being a part of ZYIA really opened the doors for me to be engaged with women that are as motivated as I am and instant cheerleaders. I mean, I assume all of you guys are on our group chat. I mean, we celebrate everything and everybody, no matter where you're at within the business. Ooh, you got your free website. That's awesome. Rock it. Let's do it. Oh, you're almost to the 8%. For some people that might be at that director, senior rep level, that might not mean much because it's just something that happens every month. But for me, when I started jumping back in and we celebrated those little goals, those little milestones, that was huge. Like, it's like, all right, yeah, that does feel good. That's awesome. So that's when I dove back in. And then it just happened to be that one of the discount reps under me, she was also like, hey, I need help. Like, I want to jump into this. She got furloughed from her job and she just needed some extra, little extra income. And, she'd been sporting the gear since December. She really liked it. And she had never done an MLM before. And she told me, she's like, I am scared out of my mind. I don't know what to do. And I was like, all right. It's like, we'll figure it out. We'll get you a party. I'll be right there with you and we'll get rolling. So, I think that's another important piece that, if you do have people that you end up recruiting under you as just a discount rep, don't count them out. Still be actively involved with them, talk to them. Hey, did you see this cool new piece? Because, it's been mentioned before in some of our trainings that they're still a customer of yours. Even if they're technically able to go on and order for themselves, they're still a customer of yours. And you never know when they're going to come to you and be like, hey, I want to do what you're doing. I want some of that. I want those Nikes. Because that's what I reached out to her. I was like, hey, you want some Nikes? And that was it for her. So I guess for me, what's really kind of sparked all of the momentum I have is, okay, so my middle daughter, every morning, she would have 8 a.m. Zooms. So I'm up with her. I got nothing to do. So I would literally jump on my phone, get in my VIP group, and I would just say, hey, you want to have a party? And that was it. Like nothing really super long and drawn out. And I don't know if any of you got on any of the Sam Higginson trainings, but there was one a few weeks ago, and the chick, and I totally forgot her name. I'm terrible about that. But that's what she said. She's like, you don't need to send these paragraph long sob stories or whatever. Just be straight to the point. Like, hey, you want to have a party for me? And they'll either say yes or they'll say no. And then you say, okay, well, just let me know. And, thanks for being a part of my group. And you move on. Erica said it before, you're going to get way more many no's than you're going to get yes. And does it suck? Mm-hmm. Like I texted Erica last night. I was like, girl, I got 3. They're right there. They're ready to sign on. Guess what? One messaged me today and she's like, it's not right. It's not time for me. And you know what happened? I was just like face plant. I was devastated. I'm still kind of upset about it, but you know what? I'll keep grinding away and keep moving on. Another thing that's really struck true, and it kind of goes back to that community piece, is just really being genuine, and Erica did a training, was it last week or two ago, with, changing your mindset and being vulnerable. Being vulnerable doesn't mean that you don't have strength. It's not a negative. Being vulnerable is a characteristic that if you tap into it, it does amazing things. And that's kind of shifted my mindset too, and has really helped with a lot of this as well. Before it was just kind of like, oh, well, all right, I got to grind out and sell some of these leggings because I want 200 extra bucks this month. Now it's more like, hey, I enjoy being a part of these ladies. I want to celebrate. I want them to celebrate me, and being genuine with your customers and and just being upfront with them, saying, you know, I'll reach out to them when I'm doing those reach outs, and just some of them I just say, hey, thanks for being a part of my group. That's it. Nothing. And they appreciate that. They appreciate, you know, you taking the time to acknowledge that they're taking the time to be a part of your group. Look at your posts, even if they haven't bought anything, because guess what? That person, they now feel important in your group. They're not just another one of those group members in your numbers there. They feel important because you took the time to reach out to them. And I think another important thing is to have no fear, and reach out to anybody and everybody. And that, for me, it really hit home when I had a friend of mine who, she was in my group. She's been in my group since day one. I've reached out to her before, and she's like, yeah, my daughter wears the leggings. I really like them. I'm like, okay, great. Let's have a party. Let's do this. And nothing. And I kid you not, 3 weeks ago, what did I see? She signed up to sell ZYIA with somebody else. And it's like, like she was there. I just didn't take the time to just talk to her and just say, hey, you know, let's see, you know, let's get you that party really rolling. You know, if they say no, don't take that as a no forever. I know Erica's preached that before. Is, you know, just if they're interested, at some point they're going to come to you. If they're not interested, doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. And that, you know, just keep reaching out, just keep being genuine, just keep doing it. You know, with my reach outs too, in March, I got a little desperate, but in a good way. And so I told people, because I have confidence in the leggings. I know they're good. We know they're good. The stuff is good. And you know that once people get it on, they're hooked. So I reached out to some ladies who I knew that they would love it. And I said, hey, I will send you a free pair of leggings. If you love them, let's have a party. Let's talk. If you don't, we can send them back. No big deal. I ended up getting 3 parties that way, and one who's possibly going to sign on as a discount rep once, you know, she gets back to work. So, I mean, you have to be creative, I think, but, you know, you have to do what works for you. Like Erica said, there's ladies that have signed up same time I did. I'm sure they're ranking way far where I'm at. There's some who, like Marla, you know, you keep seeing her name. She's killing it all of a sudden. That's awesome. You know, and one day maybe I'll get there, one day I won't. It doesn't matter, but that's the beauty of it. You can work it to whatever you want it to work it to. You know, and you can't get discouraged. You know, you just got to keep plugging away and saying, you know what, it's okay. It happens. You'll get there. Just keep working and don't give up. That's all I can say. You know, it gets discouraging. That's for a fact. But go to that ZYIA chat and just say, ladies, I need help. And I guarantee they'll be right there and they'll boost you back up and give you tips, give you ideas. You know, those months where you register a big fat zero, it happens. It's going to happen. Sucks, but it happens. And then you'll have those good months where you're texting Eric and be like, dude, I'm $200 away from senior rep. What the hell? Like a month ago, I was literally selling nothing, you know, and I can't really say that I've changed too much other than just being more engaged, going to the trainings, sitting there listening, reaching out to 10, 15 people a day. You know, I'll do it at 8 a.m. I'll do it at midnight. They might call back. They might not call back. It drives me nuts because when you go and you can see that they saw your post or saw your little message and they didn't contact back, you're like, bitch, I know you saw this. Come on, let's go. It is what it is though, you know? So you know, I don't know what else. I don't know what else. And, you know, I can keep going on and on. For me, it's just making sure you're reaching out, just talking to people. I got my eyebrows waxed yesterday and the lady's like, so what'd you do over the quarantine? I'm like, oh, I started selling leggings. And she's like, leggings? And then on my little tip card, I wrote my website. I don't know if she'll call. She probably won't, but I don't know. It's out there. You know, you never know. You just never know. That's really it. You know, you don't know that one person where they're at in their life, in their journey, what's going on with them, that this might be something that they're interested in. So just keep trying, keep plugging away. That's all I can tell you guys. I don't know what else.
No, that's perfect. I think that sometimes, you know, and even when I am on leadership trainings with girls that are elite or presidential, it's kind of like they say these things and the words are coming out of their mouth and you're like, that sounds like the perfect piece of cake and I want to eat it. But I don't think I can have that. You know what I mean? It's like, and for so long I've watched, not just in this company, but other companies like Girls Thriving, and they have the perfect, they have like the perfect post, they have the perfect graphic with the good fonts. Like for me, this company is about like whatever you want to make it. Like your pictures are your pictures, like your posts are your posts, like it's whatever you want to make it. But what I can tell you is that, like, whenever I started to really work on myself and I worked on all the aspects of my life, I kind of like was doing the same behaviors across the board. So it wasn't like I would sit down on my computer and I would turn into this person who was like, oh, hey, you want to join my group? Like it was really about like building a team and making, because I didn't have soccer anymore and I didn't have that part of me where I could pour into my athletes and teach them about the things that I did wrong or whatever. I continue to do that with my kids, but I didn't have that. And so these last couple months have been like staying up with Kim till midnight to try to get her a pair of shoes. Like it might sound really like crazy to some people, like, cause I was in and out of sleep, and Steph's on this call, but she joined and helped Kim get that. Like that to me was like better than anything that I've gotten in the mail from ZYIA or any rank that I've gotten. So I think it's just about like, I don't really remember what it was like to hit junior rep, but I remember what it was like to hit director. And like those things are really, really, they're feel good memories. But like what Raechel is saying, like I've gone through a lot of no one's returning my calls, or this is the best. People say they're going to join you and then they don't. That one is like, because that hits me hard when you say you're going to do something, do it. So and Bailey and I talk a lot about getting her first teammate, and you feel that pressure because you do so good in sales. Like I know Jamie probably has had those feelings. Like you're like, I'm killing it in this direction, but I'm not in this. And so it's very hard to fail in this company if you're really, really good at one piece, but you just need to kind of just make something else better. So I know rank sometimes can be like, oh my gosh, I need to get here, but it's really just about like the behaviors and strengthening that part of your business. And what I will say, like I was just literally texting Erin, like every time I get a bracelet or every time I get a present from ZYIA, I thank Jeremiah and Erin, and she responds right back. And like for me, I don't even have that at the YMCA. Like my executive has not even texted me at the whole time we've been in Corona. Like to me, it's like, people think MLMs are like tough and they're just all about sales and recruiting and pyramids. But like, like yesterday on Sam's call, like Lauren Slimp, she's an amazing trainer. Like she's awesome. She's one rank above me. Like her kid busted in there and was like crying and screaming. Like that's real life. You know what I mean? Like we all have like these businesses in real life. So for me, like it's about helping you. Like, I mean, Taylor, she's like a college student. Like I'm helping trying to get her to earn some money for just herself. And that might not be to support her family, but that's what this is about for me. So I'm going after huge goals too in June. And like, even in my fitness journey, I didn't do 50 rides in Peloton, but like I was telling Allie this morning, I did way more than I did without that goal and without setting, like, I'm going to go for it. So, and even for me, like I reach out to a lot of people and they don't read my message. And I genuinely, I'm not like, okay, well, I'm not talking to you anymore because you don't want to do ZYIA. Like just join my community. Like, I know that in some of your communities, like ZYIA will start to get big and you'll start to have like your friends selling, and you might have people who want to join, but they think there's too many people. Like you guys all know people that we don't, you know what I mean? So like, even though your community around you might have a lot of reps, like they don't know your family, they don't know. But what I will say is Raechel made a good point. You have to ask them to join your team. You have to ask them to join the business because that's the decision they will make with someone else. And I've done it a couple times. I didn't ask them right away if they wanted to join me and they joined someone else. But I'm still an abundance minder thinker. And for the bigger picture of ZYIA, like I want them to go where they feel welcome. Like if they're going to go work hard with Raechel, then I want them to work hard with Raechel. And I'm not a selfish person like that. So like if you need help and you have people who are on the fence, like Lauren said yesterday in her training, I truly believe that time is the only factor that will set somebody apart. Think about it. Like you'll hear people say, I don't have the money. Well, that's a timing issue. They can, get a party and use those rewards. There's ways around that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm reaching out to people maybe I reached out to in the first couple of weeks or months of my business, and I just say, hey, I know the timing wasn't right. Like Lauren said yesterday, we can earn double rewards when we rank. Sometimes it's easy if you're really engaged to rank twice. Would that be something that you might be interested in? But one thing is really common is what I do is I get them on the phone. I want to hear what questions they have. Like I talked to Rachel through some things yesterday. She's like, I have these people. I'm like, get them on the phone. It's harder to tell someone no to their face. It's hard to tell them no, but and you also want to know how they want to be coached. Like if people say, yeah, I think I'm just going to join for the discount, ask them why. Are they buying a lot with you? Do they just buy a lot of activewear in general? Do they not want to have parties or whatever? Like you have to really know that person so that you know how to coach them. Because what I will say is getting them on your team might be hard, but building their business along with you is even harder. So just getting them there, they'll just float away. They'll be a discount rep. They'll be at zero for months because you don't know how they want it to work the business. So ask them what questions they have. Like I know Bailey and like even Rachel said, there was a lot of like, you'll hear that I'm scared. You hear that a lot. That's okay. You know what I mean? I don't do things sometimes because I'm scared I'm going to fail, but I've gotten a lot more courage. So, if you're just starting out, I know a couple of you on this call like are director driven. I know a couple of you are junior rep driven. You just really need one person, but you want it to be the right person, so build a relationship with them, invite them to a team training where they can hop on a call like this and they know they're going to feel supported. Put them in the group and let them see kind of how we talk, or that they'll figure out how to figure out sizing and stuff like that. And then my thing is like, I always want to get my people to 1,000. Like it's a two-way street, right? So you have to be working hard with me. I can't do that work for you, but I want to get my people to 1,000. I think that 28%, an extra $280 for me is pretty darn good, So whatever your goals are, I would say, obviously everybody wants double the money for rank bonus. But set some behavior goals, like things that you want to do and you want to do differently. Anyone can send a message that says, hey, I sent out some on Instagram and I kind of got scared, like, okay, where do I transition to? You're a soccer mom and I really like your post too. Hey, do you want to try some ZYIA Active? Like, how do you transition to that? So even I kind of struggle. I people that I don't know, I like to weirdly build relationships with. So I've been talking to this girl that I do Peloton with, and I have no idea who she is, but you got to see if they're a right fit for you too. You don't want to just be like, oh, hey, you want to join my team? You know what I mean? Because I like with Rachel, Bailey, like these people I talk to often throughout the week. And if they're like negative sometimes, you just want to see how they fit your group. So what I wanted you to get out of Rachel's thing is you don't have to work or touch the business every single day, all the day. If life comes and gets crazy, like it's okay. But what I want you to understand is when and if you need it and you're engaged, it will feed back to you wholeheartedly. And so now Rachel that had 2 discount reps, now Jessica she did fairly well in sales last month. So that's just an illustration of what she can do on the opposite end of the business. Like for me, 100% of my time is recruiting and development. I know that sounds crazy, but I do 1 to 4 parties a month and to meet new people and to network. But really my whole thing is on you guys and training you guys. So whether you guys are available to get on these calls every Tuesday, or if it's just me and Rachel, or whatever, I want to hear from someone else new next week and throw topics out that you want to get better at. But don't try to get up there and bat 900. Try to just figure out the pitches and develop your people. If you have 1 person under you or 2 people under you, you need to figure out a plan of how you want to make them successful. If they're a discount rep, ask them, let's get you to 500. You know what I mean? You don't have to spend 500, but as a discount rep, when other people buy from you, it's free and half off. You know what I mean? So you can even coach your discount reps. Hey, put out a party for a mystery hostess. Let other people shop your link so you can get free and half off. So you don't have to just keep paying 25% off. I love incentives. And my director driven girls, like, I'm going to buy them AirPods and free shoes. And that was scary because I might be spending $5,000 on shoes and AirPods. But someone did that for me. And even though I wasn't always motivated by some Tory Burch sandals because I could just go buy them, it was the fact that I was like going and competing against people. So, you know, now it's my turn to give a portion of my check back to my team. So, you know, what I would say is, yes, whenever we add people to our team, those people shop. You know, you guys all buy stuff too, so build your group volume. So just, you know, kind of try to break it off in small little bits. But if you're after a rank goal, like, get on a call with me or with your upline and make a plan, and then you revise the plan. You know what I mean? Does anyone have any questions so far? I know we're at 30 minutes, but does anybody want to say anything?
I have one more to add, you know, and I think you kind of talked about it, is, you know, when I double ranked whatever last month, it was with one other person. It was just me. I have a small team. I don't have 6-7 people under me. It was just her and I. You know, I really helped her with the party she had going because I wanted it for her, because I wanted her to see the value of what she can do, and, you know, kind of take some of that fear away. And like Erica said, it's really, that's the moment there where it's like, this is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I'm here, you know, making whatever. It's her texting me saying, oh my God, I have a free website. Oh my gosh, you know, what, you know, her excitement gives you excitement, and that's where that momentum comes from, you know, and that helps keep you driven. But I think it's important to not think that you have to have 5, 6, 7 people to be successful. One person, that's all it took. So
Isn't
just
that
keep that
crazy?
in mind too.
Yeah, and I think it's important to also realize, like, you know, I'm not just an executive, like, I have an executive group. I have a group that puts up like well over, like, we did, like, now that we're on the call, I mean, we did $83,000 worth of activewear last month. Like, that is insane, like, to me. And before, I guess it was like March, I guess in February, like, I was probably doing 23,000. You know what I mean? So duplication is like, I love people who do $100. Like, my best friend, who literally he was in my sorority, she did $110 yesterday. Now, did I send, or last month, did I send her a message like, hey, you can get paid $80 more? Yes. But guess what? She wanted to spend $110. She wanted to spend $110. I don't really care. And when she calls me and says, hey, I want to have another party, I'll help her with another party. But to me, like, that, those are the things, like Raechel said, like, we're an executive group. Allie and Raechel, you guys have like your little senior director groups, and Jamie, like, you guys are a team of senior director or senior rep groups. Like, that's how I view it. So when a girl hits director, that whole team is now director status. They together can say to someone, hey, I'm in a team that sells $10,000 in 1 month worth of activewear. Like, that is huge. So, and like, even Aaron was texting me, like, I love watching you grow your business. Like, just having their support through it is like, is crazy to me. So, so, you know, like Monica, like our team leader, like, they just did a million in 1 month. Like, that to me is insane, like, scary a little bit. You know what I mean? So, like, who's spending all this money? So I just want you to know, like, I know you guys are like, even when Raechel started working her business, she double ranked in 1 month. Like, I did that in the beginning, but honestly, like, she did it, what, I guess almost 9 months later or whatever, right? So it can happen just as a matter of time of like when you want to do it. So if you guys have any questions, or you guys, I'm trying to figure out when we can do Discover ZYIA call. Like, if you guys have people that you are interested in the business and want to hear more, we can do that. If you want to volunteer for a Tuesday training, like for next week, then just shoot me a message. And it might even be like, I want to do a training, but I don't have a team. I really don't care. You might be really great at mindset or meditation or something that you can offer us. If you have new reps that join your team and they need to be trained, like on where to go and what to do, and you don't really have a whole lot of time, we can have a Discover ZYIA tentatively like around the middle of the month, the 14th. I know that seems like a lot of time to get up and running, but at the same time, I need inventory to come back, and I need people to feel like comfortable like with their launch. So if you guys have new reps and you can get their links up and running, their groups up and running, those type of things, then we can talk about how to like really be a boss babe or whatever we do in our new rep trainings. So does that sound good? So I know today, I didn't know this, I guess you guys might know this, like Blackout Tuesday. So you guys know that? I'd be up here on my live. I'll be like just chatting it up in my Facebook group. And I saw that was Blackout. I don't know where that started, but I'll probably just post this training in the group. So I'd just be up on my live video on my group, and it's Blackout Tuesday. All right. Any questions? No? Okay, well, tomorrow new releases. Hopefully it's hot. Our group's like already at 2,000, so definitely people are finding stuff to buy. And Thursday restocks. So hopefully they restock all through the weekend. I did get this fancy little guy in. Did anybody get this?
No, my mom wants one though. She's asked me about it.
Really?
How much is